Oh, my God.
Yeah.
To see what they look like right now, Stephen A., it's scary. The Chargers right now, with that defense, you know what they got on the front end on the defensive both, so you know what they get their back end on James. Mm-hmm. They right now, I say, top of team in the AFC right now.
Michael, you look so happy with the Ferris wheel behind you, Santa Monica Pier. So Baltimore is currently in the driver's seat in the AFC at 5-1, followed by the Bills, and then those Chargers. Michael, are the Ravens now the best team in the AFC, sir?
And as I tell you, I'm watching the Cowboys. I watch every team with that same eye to see what this team has as they try to move forward. And the Chargers were showing me great steps. Stephen, I hear you saying right now that, oh, yeah, you know, that's what happens when a West Coast team goes east and they have to play 10 o'clock on their clock. But that's what I'm testing them for. That's what I'm testing them for. I don't want to see and I don't want to hear those excuses when you're talking about a championship. Everything has to be about the championship, and you got to mitigate all of that and show up and play. I don't mind you losing a game, but when you get manhandled in a game, I gotta dink you for that. I gotta take something off, and they got manhandled. I understand you couldn't stop the run, but you cannot let somebody stop your primary way of eating. And they shut down Justin Herbert, and they shut down Mike Williams. And I said, oh, my God, where is that same deep heart? On the other side, I saw it in the Ravens. I saw it in the Ravens. I saw it in that defense. I saw when they put Humphries on Williams and we're shutting this down. That's it for this. I saw the fight in the Ravens when they lined up and said, you can't run the ball. Austin Eckler, you're only getting 7 yards today. That's it. And then I saw it in Lamar Jackson, who we've all said he can't come back. Get up ahead, he won't be able to come back. He showed us that last week. And this week, he just went to another level. I see another level in their passing game now that says, yes, you're ready now to maybe take a step and go deeper in the playoffs. Not just get to the playoffs, but can do something when you get in the playoffs as long as you're able to make those plays that you've seen Lamar Jackson make now the last couple of weeks from the pocket. And with that special ability he has, there's nobody else like him in the National Football League.
I appreciate the explanation, Michael Irvin. I truly, truly do. But the impetus for the discussion was how wrong you are. So let's keep that narrative live. Well, the fact of the matter is you're wrong. You're not batting 1,000. You're not batting anywhere near 1,000. And the fact is that since you're wrong about that, and I already said that you're wrong about the Cowboys, we're going to continue that narrative because we're going to monitor how wrong you are, how often you're wrong, okay? So we're going to do that, okay? Now let's get to let's get to this.
I didn't call for the sound. He requested it. I hope you know that, Michael.
Here's the deal.
I'm unbiased on the show.
Here's the deal. I'm not going to leave you hanging because I'm not going to be hypocritical. I'm not going to be hypocritical. I was raving about the Chargers myself.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to lose. It's another thing to get beat down. But I'm going to throw a Melick in there. I mean, listen, if you're sitting up there in SoFi where you telling the Cowboy fans to make their plans to come to, right? This is Southern California. I mean, Molly, I have to tell you, I had to sit there over the weekend because I had the pleasure. You know, my girl here, Molly, treated me to a facial, man.
A spa treatment.
For my birthday.
That really happened.
I mean, I'm looking.
By the beach.
You see how fly I'm looking?
Yeah.
You see how fly I'm looking there so far? That's because of Molly. Molly had me at the spa.
She was glowing. Okay, Michael, you missed out. You could have came for brunch.
You know, and then after that, I had to sit up there and give her a hug and console her because she's got to leave Southern California.
Yeah. It was a nice 18 days by the ocean.
She's got to leave. She's hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So what I'm saying, I bring that up, and the relevancy of all of that is that, how'd you think the Chargers felt about having to go across the country to play 10 o'clock in the morning their time?
An early kick.
That's an adjustment, okay? Yeah. It's an adjustment that they were ill-equipped to handle. They came out flat, gave up 2 early touchdowns, all right? And that's really, that's really what Duran was talking about when he said, we just came out flat, we put ourselves in a hole. But I don't need all of that to point to the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills, #1 in points allowed.
One quick thing, though. But you see what I'm saying? I just told you got to listen to what's coming out of someone's mouth. Now, how is Derwin James telling me we came out flat? This is the measuring stick
Time
for
out.
where y'all are in
Time
the
out,
Super
time
Bowl.
out.
I don't want to hear
Time
that
out.
from Derwin.
You don't want to hear that. But the point is, week 6 of the season, I'd rather hear it now than come playoff time. So
Yes,
you are
that's
all
true,
right
but I
there.
still
All right,
don't wanna hear it.
all right, I understand all of that. But the point is, you still want to hear it week 6 as opposed to the postseason. If it were the Cowboys saying it, you'd say, I don't want to hear it, but that's okay. It's only 6 weeks, week 6 of the season. So don't forget that now. All I'm trying to say to you is this. At the end of the day, Michael Irvin, here's what it comes down to, my brother. When we look at the Buffalo Bills, number 1 in points allowed, number 1 in yards allowed, number 1 against the pass, number 2 against the rush. Now, in the interest of not being hypocritical, I do pay attention to who they played against because we have to. Steelers' first game of the season, which they lost, and the Dolphins, Washington football team, Houston Texans, all right? And we all know Houston and Miami, they shut out, but they ain't nothing to brag at home about because both teams are awful. You understand what I'm saying? Here's the bottom line. Washington football team, you got a muffler playing quarterback for you. Go out and get Cam Newton, Ron Rivera. Go out and get him. Can't do work.
He got vaccinated. He came out and said that he got vaccinated. Yes.
There we
and
go.
he wants to play.
Because that's what that's what it was going to take for him to be allowed to play. Let's just call it what it is.
Right.
And he did it.
And then Buffalo ramshack, just ran roughshod over the Kansas City Chiefs. All I'm saying to you is this. We're looking at Josh Allen. We're looking at Stephon Diggs. We're looking at the acquisition of Emmanuel Sanders, elevating their vertical game. We're looking at Devin Singletary run the football for them. I don't think he's anything that's shabby. And then you look at their defense, particularly their secondary, and they are no joke. We're going to see them tonight against Tennessee on the road. It'll be interesting to see how they perform then, and maybe we'll say something different tomorrow. But at the end of the day, right now, when you look at consistency in terms of balance, not an offense being prolific, not a defense being, just enormous and phenomenal, but it's both sides of the ball that they're getting. They're exceptionally well coached. Right. They're playing good on both sides of the ball. They got a young stud at the quarterback who can run and throw. They got receivers.
Right.
They got a running game.
I'll give you the last word here, Michael.
And
Buffalo.
Yes, they do. And when they go up against the Ravens, we're going to see what kind of man they have.
Yeah.
Because when Josh Allen was running around, ain't nobody in Kansas City, they wouldn't even blow on him. But Baltimore, they going to touch him. They're going to touch him. So that's a different defense that you'll be going up
let me
against.
ask you this question.
All right, we got to wrap this up
Since
soon,
you're
guys.
blessing us with the gospel of your divine knowledge. Hold on, let me ask you this. Where was that knowledge just a week ago when you were talking about the Chargers?
It might be a blip, Stephen A.
No,
Stephen A., you did say it was an early West Coast trip. It could be a blip for them. We got to see.
What I also said, usually these manly things, these will testing, I'm going to see this in week 10. And right now, the Chargers failed it. Up to that point, the Chargers had passed every test I'm looking
Remember
for.
what you said about Alabama?
They failed this.
Remember what you said about Alabama? This could be a good thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is
Some moral victory. You love moral victory.
So I have to see another game where they can step in and say, no way. I don't care about the clock. I
Let's
don't care
go to
about
break.
anything. Nothing's going to let
Let's go to break. The Bills are on ESPN.